Hi there, this is Spanky Carter again. Thanks for spending a little time with me today. Today I'd like to talk to you about a true jewel that we have in Fannin County, and that's Lake Fannin. Let me give you just a little bit of history. As we all know, back from 1929 to 1939, we went through a depression here in our country that was truly, well, they called it the Great Depression. It was real tough on a lot of folks, not only here in Texas, but throughout our whole country. Well, President Roosevelt, through his New Deal, he had implemented a lot of programs, and one of the programs that he had implemented back in the 30s was the Rural Resettlement Administration. And through that project came Lake Fannin. You know, luckily we had a guy in Fannin County here that really, well, he was from Fannin County, and he was a true hero here in Bonham, and that was Sam Rayburn. Samuel Taliaferro Rayburn. You know, most people just called him Mr. Sam, but he was our congressman here in Fannin County. He represented us in the 4th District from 1913 to 1961. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was Speaker of the House for over 17 years, which is the longest speaker in the history of the United States. He did a lot of great things for Fannin County. One of the things, there's no doubt in my mind, if it wouldn't have been for Mr. Sam, we wouldn't have Lake Fannin. But through his efforts and President Roosevelt's efforts, Lake Fannin was built. Now, through this project, the Rural Resettlement Administration, they provided, it's my understanding, over 400 jobs for men here in Fannin County, and they worked for about 4 years. And in 1938, Lake Fannin was dedicated. Now, originally it was more like a country club for the city of Bonham. A lot of people went out there at first, and then later on in the 40s and the 50s, the public went out there. And it's my understanding they had great times at Lake Fannin. They would have parties, dances. They would go out there and go swimming, and just all the people in Fannin County enjoyed this great lake. It was really a true jewel for Fannin County. Well, sometime in the future, Bonham was having a hard time taking care of Lake Fannin, and we ended up giving Lake Fannin away, and we gave it to the U.S. Forest Service. And the U.S. Forest Service for a few years took care of it, but then they locked the gates. Well, then we had a citizens group that come along, and they worked out a deal with the Forest Service, and they kind of took over Lake Fannin, and they took care of it, and they did a lot of work remodeling the old cabins and the lodge and everything that's on Lake Fannin. Well, they were able to do that for a number of years, and then the Forest Service locked the gates again. As of this day, the gates are locked. Nobody can use it. The government owns it, but the people in Fannin County can't get to it to use it or do anything to it or repair it or anything like that. We've had discussions about Lake Fannin for probably 3 or 4 years now. Now, I've told the people of Fannin County that my #1 goal in regards to Lake Fannin is to bring ownership back to Fannin County. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my very best to make that happen, and I truly believe that will happen. In fact, I'm going January the 16th to Washington, D.C. to talk with a group of citizens and representatives of the Forest Service, and our congressman's going to be there, a representative from his office, and my goal is to get a deal done and return Lake Fannin back to Fannin County. I know how important it is to the citizens of Fannin County. Lake Fannin belongs to us, and we need to take back control of it. This has a lot of history for the citizens here in Fannin County. This is a big deal. We got to make this happen. I'm going to make this happen for the citizens of Fannin County. I've told you I would, and that's my goal, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going up there January the 16th. We're going to have that meeting, and hopefully when we come back at Commissioner's Court on January the 23rd, we'll have good news. But I'm going to tell you this, we're going to stay after this project. We're going to make this deal happen. Hopefully we get it done this next week. Hopefully we get it done when we're up there. Hopefully we can reach an agreement and get this done for the citizens of Fannin County. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give you my word, we're not going to quit until we get Lake Fannin returned to the citizens of Fannin County. That's where it belongs. We need control of it. We need to be able to manage it. We need to have it where we can use it for our citizens here in Fannin County. That's what Mr. Sam would have wanted. That's what he did want back in the 30s when they built this lake, and that's what he'd want for us today. So that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, I'm giving you my word. We're going to return Lake Fannin to Fannin County. Thank you. Have a good day. I'll be talking to you again soon.